Welcome to College Briefing. The content of the briefing includes: early action is vital to protect mental health of under 5s. Is there too much emphasis, or not enough, on college sports? Iguodala's impact as NBA cachet, Warriors icon not lost on Kerr. SMU cruises to 55-0 romp over Temple. Like sculptures in the sea, artificial reef brings hope to threatened shoreline. Early action is vital to protect mental health of under 5s. The Independent. The mental health of babies and young children must be prioritized to prevent them from developing issues that could last a lifetime, according to the Royal College of Psychiatrists, RC Psych. It is calling on the UK government to focus on the mental health of children at an early stage, and to provide support to their mothers during pregnancy and breastfeeding, as well as working on attachment with parents. The RC Psych is also asking for better data collection on mental health conditions for children aged under 2, and for the creation of specialist services for families. Is there too much emphasis, or not enough, on college sports? Yahoo! Do American colleges and universities focus too much on sports? Do they emphasize athletics over academics? The Deseret News and the University of Utah's Hinckley Institute of Politics posed that question to Utahns in a recent poll. The results show that 46% believe colleges and universities put too much emphasis on sports, but 48% say just the right amount. Only 3% say there's not enough emphasis on sports and 3% don't know. In the survey, the numbers stayed about the same regardless of gender. Interestingly, those aged 25 to 40 were the highest among age groups at 60% to say colleges put too much emphasis on sports. Iguodala's impact as NBA cachet, Warriors icon not lost on Kerr. Yahoo! Andre Iguodala's decision to align with the Warriors 10 summers ago gave them more than a highly skilled wing with all-star credentials. They've had those in the past. What they never had was an NBA cachet. That was the greatest gift Iguodala, who on Friday morning announced his retirement, gave to the Warriors and the Bay Area. SMU cruises to 55-0 romp over Temple. Associated Press. SMU dominated Temple in a 55-0 victory on Friday night. Quarterback Preston Stone threw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Roderick Daniels Jr. returned a punt for a score. SMU's offense was firing on all cylinders, scoring touchdowns on 3 straight possessions in the first half to take a commanding 24-0 lead at halftime. The Mustangs' defense also played a big role, holding Temple to just 131 yards of offense. SMU improves to 5-2 on the season, while Temple falls to 2-6. Like sculptures in the sea, artificial reef brings hope to threatened shoreline. The Sydney Morning Herald. A new artificial reef has been installed off the coast of Australia's Bellarine Peninsula, with the aim of protecting marine life and preventing coastal erosion. The reef consists of 46 dome-shaped structures made from recycled materials including fly ash and shells. The domes have been placed on a beach at Clifton Springs and have already attracted species including mussels, sea snails, and kelp plants. The reef is designed to reduce wave height and energy and to offer shelter to juvenile fish. Resigning Oxford City councillors say party leadership complicit in war crimes. The Independent. 6 Labour councillors on Oxford City Council have resigned in response to comments made by party leader Sir Keir Starmer about the Israel-Hamas conflict. The councillors said they were stepping down from the party after Starmer appeared to suggest that Israel has the right to withhold energy and water from Gaza. The councillors accused Starmer and the shadow foreign secretary of endorsing collective punishment, blockade, siege and mass civilian casualties. They also accused the party leadership of silencing members who sought to highlight violations of international law. The councillors will continue to serve as independents. Mental health of under 5s overlooked report. BBC. Doctors are calling for more support to prevent mental health problems in babies and young children. The Royal College of Psychiatrists has stated that intervening early in a child's life, from conception to the age of 5, may help prevent or reduce the severity of mental health conditions. The report suggests that half of mental health conditions arise by the age of 14, with many starting to develop in the first years of life. The report recommends providing support for pregnant mothers, promoting attachment between parents and children, and recommending parenting programs in the early stages of a child's life. The report is backed by organizations including UNICEF UK, the Royal College of Pediatrics and Child Health, and the Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. Women and young voters drive Poland's right from power. BBC. Poland's recent parliamentary election saw a record high turnout of over 74%, with significant youth participation. Polls show that 68.8% of voters aged under 29 turned out, a major surge from 46.4% in the last parliamentary election in 2019. Many young people voted for change, with the opposition Civic Coalition winning 43.6% in the young suburb of Jagodno, while the right-wing Law and Justice Party, PiS, received just 5.9%. The high youth turnout was attributed to the engagement of young people in shaping their future and concerns over issues such as democracy, the rule of law, LGBT rights, and migration. The election also saw a concerted effort to ensure that every ballot cast for the opposition counted, with an online campaign urging people to move their registration out of big cities to give their vote more weight in the electoral system. Activists produced maps showing people the best places to vote, and celebrities took to social media to encourage participation. The election outcome is seen as a last chance to stop a populist government from turning Poland away from the EU and core values. York University may withdraw recognition of student unions over statements about Hamas attack. The Globe and Mail. York University in Canada may withdraw recognition of its student unions following a controversial statement they issued about a recent Hamas attack in Israel. The university administration suspects that the student unions have breached their responsibilities under a university regulation by failing to act in an open, accessible, democratic, and non-discriminatory manner. The university is calling on the unions to apologize for the statement and is asking the union's executives to resign. If the student groups do not comply, the university will determine if sanctions are merited, including the withdrawal of recognition. More than 22% of people spend more time online than they plan to, finds new study. Here are some easy ways to cut back on screen time. Yahoo! Researchers from University of Surrey in the UK set out to find out by gathering nearly 800 participants and categorizing their online usage, mostly using their smartphones, into 5 groups, offering a new measurement of the internet addiction spectrum. According to the lead study author, the purpose of the investigation was to differentiate between using the internet in a problematic way, such as feeling anxious when not online, and actually being addicted to it. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Six, your resident observer from the 6 Degrees world, here to bring you the latest news and analysis from across the dimensions. Let's dive into today's stories. First up, we have a report from the Royal College of Psychiatrists, urging the UK government to prioritise the mental health of babies and young children. They emphasise the importance of early intervention and support for mothers during pregnancy and breastfeeding. As a psychiatrist, I couldn't agree more. Our little ones deserve all the care and attention we can give them to prevent lifelong mental health issues. Moving on to a hot topic in the US, the emphasis on college sports. A recent poll shows that opinions are split. 46% believe there's too much focus on sports, while 48% think it's just the right amount. Only 3% say there's not enough emphasis, and 3% are unsure. Personally, I think a healthy balance between academics and athletics is key. Let's not forget the importance of a well-rounded education, both on and off the field. In the world of basketball, Andre Iguodala's retirement announcement has sparked reflections on his impact as an NBA player and his contribution to the Golden State Warriors. Not only was he a skilled player, but he brought a certain cachet and reputation to the team. It's a reminder that sometimes, it's not just about the numbers on the court, but the intangible qualities a player brings to the game. Sports news continues with a dominant victory by SMU over Temple in college football. A 55-0 romp is quite the statement. Quarterback Preston Stone led the way with an impressive performance, while the defense held Temple to just 131 yards of offense. SMU is showing their strength this season, improving to 5-2. Temple, on the other hand, falls to 2-6. It's a tough loss, but there's always next time. Now, let's dive into the sea for a moment. An artificial reef has been installed off the coast of Australia, aiming to protect marine life and prevent coastal erosion. Made from recycled materials, the reef is already attracting various species, offering them shelter and reducing wave energy. It's like sculptures in the sea, providing not only environmental benefits but also hope for a threatened shoreline. Shifting gears to politics, we have the resignation of 6 Labour councillors on Oxford City Council. They cite disagreement with party leader Sir Keir Starmer's comments on the Israel-Hamas conflict. Accusing the party leadership of endorsing collective punishment and silencing members, they have chosen to continue serving as independents. Politics can be messy, folks. Speaking of mental health, a report highlights the need for more support in preventing mental health problems in babies and young children. The Royal College of Psychiatrists recommends early intervention, support for pregnant mothers, and promoting attachment between parents and children. It's a reminder that mental health conditions often start in the early years of life, and we must act early to prevent their severity. In Poland, recent parliamentary elections saw a record high turnout, with significant participation from young voters. They turned out in droves, voting for change and showing their concerns over democracy, the rule of law, LGBT rights, and migration. This surge of youth engagement is a powerful force in shaping the country's future and ensuring that core values are upheld. Moving across the pond to Canada, we have a university considering withdrawing recognition of its student unions. This comes after a controversial statement about a Hamas attack in Israel. The university administration is calling for an apology and the resignation of the union's executives. It's a reminder that responsible and respectful dialogue is vital, even on sensitive topics. Lastly, a study reveals that over 22% of people spend more time online than they intend to. Researchers are exploring the internet addiction spectrum and differentiating between problematic use and actual addiction. In a world where screens are ever present, it's important to find a balance and cut back on screen time when necessary. And there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of today's news. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on these topics? Do you think enough is being done to support the mental health of young children? Should colleges focus more on academics or sports? Let's keep the discussion going. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.